tier list time. All right, full tier list. I haven't done one of these in a while. There's been a lot of updates, changes. You know, operators are more fleshed out now. So yeah, let's go through it, dude. We'll save Scopos for the very last. I think Azami is S tier. I mean, you can't really go wrong with her in just about any situation. She is a good gun. To me, she's like S. Brava is a very solid A tier. I think especially with like the amount of gadgets and stuff that there are these days, Rooney gates, all that kind of stuff. I think she's a very strong A tier. She could even be an S tier because honestly, I'm gonna put her at S, bro. Like, I'll put A tier because if they don't bring gadgets, she's not completely used. She has a good gun still, extra drones, right? Shotgun, still good. But like Azami, there's S tier for me is really good and can be used in any situation ever. A tier is really good, but is sometimes situational. So that's where we're going with here. I think Fenrir is like a solid A tier now. He's still very good, but I don't know. I mean, I think he's lost a lot of luster. He's still very good op though. MP7, shotgun, pistol. You know, you could actually. I think in a way, it's still a nerf, but it's a little bit of a buff because you could reactivate all the traps. You're not limited. Your traps don't become worthless over time. Honestly, dude, I'm putting B-Man at S tier. Grim is S tier now. He's fucking good. He has a good primary. He has a shotgun pistol secondary. He's a 3-speed. And dude, the Bs are crazy. You could burn a bunch of gadgets and like the ability to takes up a lot of space and it's wall hacks, dude. He's so good and there's literally like no situation in which he's bad in. No situation that I can think of. Ooh, Deimos is a tough one. I'm gonna put him at B tier. I'm gonna explain why. I do think that like with a coordinated team, he could be A or even maybe S tier. But I'm gonna put him at B tier because the way that a lot of people play him is they just try to like wallbang people or they chase the kills themselves. They don't call it for their teammates, but he is very strong if used correctly. He'd be like a good A tier for me probably. But Osa, I'll put her at I'm gonna put her at a C tier. Very annoying to deal with. Extremely annoying to deal with. Like, I don't know, I feel like the shields don't have like a huge impact a lot of times. But I don't know, they are good. I'd probably say more of like a B tier even. I'm gonna go B. They're the shields are good. All right, Ram is gonna be A tier, I think. When there is floor to open up, like when they're below, kind of in the same thing as Brava. Like if they're upstairs, pretty useless, right? But she has a fucking R4C, a shotgun. She could basically win you the fucking round if they're in a basement, but still situational. Thunderbird. I'm gonna say Thunderbird is like a B tier, just because, I don't know, the gun is kind of like awkward to use on defense, even though I don't think it's bad. She has a machine pistol, heals. Like, she really should be better, but it's just, I don't know. I don't really like playing Thunderbird. Is that weird? She has a rifle on defense. I think it just sucks, dude. Her gun just shoots too slow. Flores, I think, like, kind of falls into this, like, situational category, too, whereas if they have bulletproof utility to blow up, he's super... I'd actually put him at, like, the top of B tier, because I don't like the AR-33. Also, he can get, like, countered pretty easily. A lot of times when people have setups, they do put, like, mutes down and stuff. So I'm gonna put him at a B tier in the current. Remember, this is all for the current meta. So if I've done old ones before of these, they're out of date. Metas change, operators change, the way people play change. So this is for like today, basically. Aruni, definitely S tier. Aruni, DMR, 3 Aruni gates, barbed wire, can punch holes, good pistol even. S tier. There's literally not a site where she's not good. The only downside is she can get countered pretty hard by Brava. That's her like only downside, I would say. Zero, I'm gonna put it like the B tier range. Like he's the same thing where like he should be really good. 4 cameras, can zap with the cameras, good weapons, but you know, I don't know. He's zero. He just doesn't get played that much, really. You know, I think if he had nades back, he'd get played a lot. Ace, S tier. Ace is good in like every time that they have to reinforce walls, you could destroy shields or like other types of, you know, utility and stuff like that. It's also the safest soft breacher in the game to use. So, and he has the AK, which is super good. Malusi, I'm gonna put her as like she's kind of an S, honestly. I think because she lost the ACOG, she's gonna be an A tier. I don't know, she is pretty good. She's like a borderline S tier. She's very good. MP5, you know, has no recoil. I think the fact that she's like a 3 armor too, like kind of hurts it a tiny bit. I mean, really good gadget. You know, now she has 4 Banshees, shotgun, yeah. She's like the borderline S tier. I don't know, I might end up moving her up. We'll see. We'll see. Oryx is an F tier operator. And I'll tell you why, because shields can actually now counter Oryx's dash. As soon as you see an Oryx, if you drop your shield and they're sprinting at you, you can just knock them back and kill them. It's stupid. Here's where we're going to be able to do it. If anybody from Ubisoft is watching this video, the video that will come out from this afterwards, make Oryx so that he kills a shield immediately when he runs into a shield, and he overrides anything that a shield does. If he walks up to an op and no one's supporting that operator and you're Oryx, you flatten them, dude, and they just die immediately. Okay? It should be like an NFL running back, like just running over, like, I don't know, 100-pound dude. That's it. Running over me. Well, I'm not 100 pounds, but I'm like my height, lower weight. You get the idea. Ayana, F tier. Yeah, she gets to be E. She does have good information, and she can burn her Runegates and stuff like that, but like, she's just annoying. I hate when people take her. She pretty much provides nothing. Her guns are on 2 other operators that bring better utility, Ash and Nomad. So like, okay, I understand you guys are in love with the elite, but no, she's a bad operator. Okay. Well, I'm gonna put him at a very strong A tier. He's pretty much always good. Anytime someone has throwable gadgets, it could also stop Ace. So pretty good, right? Callie? I'm gonna put Callie at a C tier. I know that's controversial. Or controversial tier. People probably think she's like terrible, especially if you're on console, but on PC she's actually pretty good. Or really anywhere that, you know, as long as you can hit your shots, she's good. She brings a lot of utility. Her gun one-hit downs people. I mean, obviously unless they have rook armor and stuff like that and all that, whatever. But one-hit downs, generally speaking, right? SMG secondary. She could break Kiba barriers in like 2 hits. She has the lances to remove stuff, and it actually destroys the stuff on the other side of the wall. Okay? I'd actually put her at like probably a B tier. Yeah, she's kind of in this range. Amaru is a C tier. She just flies in. I mean, there could be like good plays that you can make, but it's pretty situational. And I'm honestly gonna move her to D tier. Like, she's good on paper, good weapons, all that kind of stuff. But the way people play her is they just fly into a window and die in cost. So I'm actually gonna put her at an F tier just because of the way that people play her. As in, please stop fucking playing this operator tier. Yeah, we're going down there as well, because if this is don't play these fucking operators if you're on my team, please. Knock, baiting operator. You get to be E tier. They changed her ability and they buffed the shit out of the FMG9. She gets to be an E tier. Very situationally like useful, but basically don't ever pick this operator. She's good if you have like a specific strat where someone's like playing a cam and you're gonna like walk up to it, or if you're holding an angle underneath a default cam that someone's on, they just walk into you. Honestly, you know what? F as well, because people just bait with knock. Okay, fine. You guys get to be E. You get to be E. Warden, pretty fucking dog shit. Same tier. Only really useful if they're playing Ying or if they're doing a smoke rush. I think it's more of the thing of like, let's make this tier like could be useful, but no one ever actually uses like the ability or like uses it. Remember, this is all in ranked, right? This is all of this is in ranked. So the only time you'd really be useful is if someone was like flashing out of position, yinging out of position, or smoke planting or something like that, right? Or countering glass. No one uses Warden for that. They run around with the MPX and the SMG-12, wishing that he had the 1.5 back, yearning for the days where they could sprint like an absolute dumb fuck around the map, and then they don't even use their ability when they get flashed. You know how many Wardens I've killed where I throw flashbangs at them and they're blind and I walk up to them and kill them? More than that use their gadget. And I'm at high champion Elo. Goyo. Honestly, I would say Goyo is like a strong B tier, I would say. He's a strong B tier because anytime people are trying to plant, he could like, you know, he could be there to slow the plant down. But if people get in and twitch everything or grenade everything, he's, you know, kind of useless. His gun is decent though, too. Mozzie. Ooh, I'd probably put Mozzie currently at like a C tier. He's kind of in the B range. I mean, his guns are not as good anymore. No 1.5 sight or ACOG or anything like that, right? I mean, he's just not like super useful. His guns got nerfed over time. I mean, I think he's fine. He was like annoying to deal with. Gridlock is gonna be an A tier, okay? And same with Nomad. The reason I'd put them at A tier is people are dumb as shit in this game, and they either run out or they flank. I'd probably say Gridlock overall most of the time is better for like flank watch for like smaller areas like hallways and stuff, but Nomad's good for like runouts too. I mean, they're both pretty good. They're situational based on what you're trying to cover. Cade is a very strong. Honestly, I'm gonna put Cade into like S tier. No one really wants to play him, but his guns are pretty good overall. Every site needs wall denial, pretty much, and you could bury the Cades in weird spots and stuff like that. I'm gonna actually put him at A tier. I'm putting him at A tier. Very good, but like, sometimes you'd rather take a bandit. I mean, normally they're good in combo, too. He's like a very strong A tier, bordering on S, I would say. Clash is very annoying, but I'm gonna put her at like a C tier. Like, when she's played with like the right, I'll put her at like a B tier. If there's an annoying Clash that's like playing with her teammates, you know, you could lose the game off of that, like, alone. As much as I hate to do that, I want to put her in F tier, but, you know, it is what it is. Maverick, I'm going to put him at C tier, and I'll tell you why. He has a good gun, his ability is amazing, everything like that, but I swear every time I'm maving a wall, my teammates never cover me and I fucking die. So I'm going to put him at a C tier. Clash is kind of like C tier too, because most people misplay pretty bad. I'll put her at C tier, because most people misplay pretty terribly. Maestro, ooh, he has the extra bubble now. He has the Alda. He has, I'm gonna put him at a C tier. B. He's definitely useful. I'm gonna move Thunderbird down here because she's kind of like outshined by Doc. I think that I'm gonna do like kind of like this. This is like you could play them tier. But like you probably should pick one of these operators. Very viable, situation dependent. And, like, you could pick them to fill out a team semi-situational. Alibi kind of is, like, I don't know. She's kind of in this, like, tier 2 where she's, like, she has, like, good utility. Like, people actually shoot the Prismas. Her guns are really good. She's gonna be, like, a C tier. Like, you could pick her. Yeah, she's not, there's better operators probably to pick utility-wise. Lion. Honestly, Lion's kind of like his DMRs, he has a good gun. He'll be in the same tier. C tier, he has nades, good guns. Could slow down like a roam and stuff like that, especially if used correctly to pinch people out. Finka, I would honestly put at S tier now. Her LMG is crazy again. She heals people and she has grenades. There's literally not a situation in which Finka would be bad to take. I really don't think it. Vigil is now S tier, solely because of the Boss G, which is absolutely busted. And he can also counter Deimos. His Boss G is so broken, it's insane. Please nerf this gun, I beg you, Ubisoft. Nerf the range from 30 meters, which it currently is, down to 8. Vigil is like the Crayon Eater operator, pretty much, dude. Dokkaebi, I'd probably put her at honestly like an S tier still too. DMR, she still has calls, Boss G. She's still like an S tier op, honestly. Very fucking annoying to deal with. Zoe, I think she's pretty like situational too. Like you could definitely pick her basically almost anywhere. Super versatile, could burn for herself, right? One of the few operators, I think pretty much, isn't she the only operator that can burn for herself? Right? Unless you're going like maybe recruit or something, I guess. Ella, ooh, Ella. You could be in like the B tier. Certain sites and maps Ella's really good on because you get a lot of area denial between like the traps and the wire. And I do think her gun is still pretty good. I mean, some people have trouble controlling it. I don't really have too much of a problem with it. And you still get 40 bullets. It's nice. I've had some really nice lineups where like I would not have killed that many people if I didn't have the 40 bullets and the high fire rate. Ying is stupid annoying. I hate her, but she's like a good A tier operator. I mean, a good Ying that's like effective, that can like Ying out the site really well, push off of it, super strong. There's basically no situation in which a Ying is bad, unless you're blinding your teammates, which means you're a B tier because people do that to me all the time. Lesion is an S tier operator. There's no situation really in which Lesion is bad. He could always be filled in pretty much anywhere, and he has incredible fragging abilities. He has a secondary shotgun to make rotates, 2-speed, 2 armor. I mean, there's pretty much no downsides. Like, he's just very well-rounded, very good in pretty much any situation. You get, you know, noise and indication. They're area denial. They do damage. People have to stop to pull it out. It's super good. Mira, S. I'm gonna put her at A tier. Mira's A tier because, you know, now her Miras can get ashed. You know, obviously people can go up and down and around to stop Miras, but I play Mira a lot. And it has a huge effect on the round when you're playing a Mira and not playing a Mira. People get scared when they see them. A lot of spaces, and you know, it's tough to deal with them, but they're not good everywhere. There's certain sites that I would not run a Mira, so she gets to be A tier because she's not completely universal. And now with the ash charges and stuff like that, obviously, you know, but she has a secondary shotgun. I like her Vector a lot. It's super good for me. So yeah, Jackal. Ooh, it's weird. He doesn't get played that much anymore. It's odd. He's unbanned in most of my games. I would say 99% of my games he's unbanned and no one plays him. But I feel like he's very good. I'm going to put him in the S tier category. I don't think there's really a situation in which he's bad. He has two crazy primaries. He has a secondary shotgun. He has smokes. I don't know. I honestly don't know why people don't pick him as much. And I will say, right when my teammate, like whenever I play Jackal, right as my teammates start throwing, if I scan those last set of footsteps, we always win the round. Whereas if everyone's running around randomly, it's a 4v1 or something, 3v1, you know, people get picked, you know, one person dies, second person dies, I'm in a 1v1. But if I'm Jackal and I catch those feet, we win 100% of the time, basically. 99.9. Habana. I'm going to put Habana in S tier as well. And this one's like a little bit harder. I kind of wanted to put her in A tier, but honestly, she has really good guns. She has, you know, her primary is awesome. It's one of the best primaries in the game. Obviously, the low ammo count. The secondary SMG is crazy good. You get flashbangs, 3-speed, you know, good counters to Mira. You can open walls, hatches. You know, you could burn, you know, Rooney gates and stuff with the flashes. You could break castle barricades. She also has access to breaching charges. Like, she's, you know, she could soft breach, hard breach. Super good. I mean, I'm going to put her in S. I feel like most of the time she's kind of outclassed by, like, Ace. But I think I'm going to put her in A tier. Only because she's outclassed by Ace most of the time. Unless there's hatches to be had, Ace is generally the better pick. I'm going to put her right at A tier. She's very good, though. Like, she's borderline. Echo, ooh. Honestly, hot take. I'm going to put him in a very solid, like, A tier range. Oh, yeah, that's not that. I was going to put him in S for a second, but, I mean, he has a deployable shield. He has an ACOG. He has a silenced MP5 that has the same stats as the regular MP5, but, you know, it's built-in silencer and everything. Secondary machine pistol. Super fucking good. I don't know. And there's really not any, like, bad spots. And Echo is just, like, very annoying. He also has that shotgun, if needed. Cav, I'm going to put at F tier. And I'm going to tell you why. So let me finish, because I know people are going to get pissed off, okay? Cav is going to be at F tier because 99.9% of people that play this operator bait underneath a desk and like, just late flank and die and do nothing. There's literally, like, a handful of people I've ever seen, like, play her correctly. Very few. Very few. Her guns actually blow. They're terrible. But, like, it's really the way that people play her. I think this is going to be the category of, like, E, where it's like, they situationally could be useful, but please don't play them if you're on my team, because you're probably going to do it wrong. Capitao. Honestly, Cap is so good, dude. He's pretty, like, universally good as well, but, like, he's in that range where, like, I don't think you should have to kind of pick him, but, like, he's a good float operator. Like, he's good, like, you know, in a lot of different areas. Now that you could use the arrows, you know, there's the smoke arrows, the fire arrows, you could set fire to, like, a ceiling and it drops down, right? Good gun, hard breaching gadget secondaries. You know, he's really good. He's like a very solid A tier, I guess. BB, I'm gonna put it like a B tier. I know people that people think Blackbeard is bad, but that's because you're bad. Blackbeard is not bad. He blocks you from getting headshotted by, like, one bullet, and if you're a good player and you're playing against another good player, they're gonna shoot at your head, you're gonna shoot at their head, and you're gonna win the gunfight, and that's it. I mean, case in point, I play against literal cheaters who have the second a pixel of your head appears on their screen, it shoots at your head. And with Blackbeard, I could kill those cheaters. If I pre-fire them as soon as they're coming around the corner, like they're detected outside, I could kill them. I mean, that's kind of useful. I'll put him at C. Valk is a fucking S tier operator. Has a great primary. I love the MPX. Has no recoil. Deagle secondary, C4, and 3 cameras. The cameras are super powerful. She's my permaban. I permaban her in ranked. I mean, the information is useful everywhere. There's literally not a single map where Valk's a bad choice. And the other informational operators on defense, right? So, like, Echo and Maestro, they're one armors, right? So she's your option to still be quick and have a lot of information. Buck, I would say Buck is, like, a very solid... This is hard. I want to put him in S tier, but I'm going to put him in A tier. He's honestly could really be an S tier. Like, so could Cat. Like, a lot of these guys could be S. I mean, yeah, he's really good if they're, like, you could go above, you can go below. I mean, especially if Thatcher's banned, he's so good. Because you can go above or below and help get the bandits off and stuff like that. I mean, he definitely could be S. I'm going to put him in A, though, just because there's certain times I would not want him on my team. Like, if we're doing certain takes, I wouldn't want a Buck. His AR is really good. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Frost, I would say solid A tier. Well, I put him like B tier, okay? She has 3 mats, shotgun, SMG, but like, if there's not windows to jump into and stuff like that, you know, she's not exactly like the best choice shield. Probably be like an A tier, A tier. A lot of A tiers. I would still say Ashe is an S tier. In terms of like pure fragging ability, I don't know what it is, dude. Even when I play Ashe, it's like you just become like this like brainless creature. And you do actually have useful utility too. You can destroy bulletproof utility, you can destroy mirrors from the outside. Like, I don't know. You become that creature of the night, that freak, dude, that just goes in and kills. Mute is S tier. I don't think there's like a single situation in which Mute is bad, and he has a shotgun. He also has an SMG that's pretty decent. You know, SMG 11 secondary, C4. I mean, there's literally like no situation in which he's bad. I can't think of a single site which I wouldn't like be fine with a Mute on my team. And he has very high fragging ability as well. Sledge is like another like, he's like in the same category, another all-arounder. Like, he's like with Buck, where like, he could pretty much be taken basically anywhere as like a fragging operator, plus he has nades to destroy like bulletproof utility. I'd probably put him like very strong A. He'd be bordering S as well. I think it's the 1 speed that hurts Sledge. If he was a 2, I'd probably put him at S. Smoke is honestly now like probably like a B tier. He's like in the range of like Goyo and stuff. Like, he's still good. He's got the shotgun for rotates. Probably like higher B tier, I guess, maybe like there. But he's got the smokes for denial, but it's like, without the shield, he's just not the same. Thatcher, I would put at a B, like an A tier. I think now with that, you know, long time ago, he used to kill the gadgets. He doesn't kill them anymore. They just get disabled. And like, he has a good AR. He's slow though. You know, I don't know. Probably an A tier. Yeah. Plus, people have pocket EMPs now. There's MAV. People are, you know, more proficient at going above and below. And, you know, you can actually open the floors from above and below, like, well, now I think he's an A tier. I never ban Thatcher anymore. I don't think it's worth the ban. Castle's a good like, I think he's like in the B tier. Like, when he's useful, he's like really, I guess. Yeah, when he's useful, but he just has a lot of counters. Habana pellets, Sledge's hammer, you get the idea. Pulse is really good information. He's in that B tier range though too, where like, he's kind of situational. He's better from below, or like pulsing certain walls and giving info to the team. Like, if your team's not working off your info, he's not, like, as effective, at least. Thermite, I'm gonna put at, like, I play him. He's my most played operator. I'm putting him at S tier, dude. I'm putting him in S tier. And I'll tell you why Thermite's in S tier, okay? Because when you Thermite a wall open, there's a big difference between Thermiting it open and acing it open. The hole that you open is, like, much bigger, it's much wider, it's much taller, and stuff like that. It just gives you that like wider field of range. You don't have to vault through it all. You just run through it. And honestly, I like Thermite's AR. It hits like a truck and it has very little recoil now. It used to be garbage back in the day, but like, I like Thermite now. I think he's super good. I'm gonna actually, okay, fine. I'm moving him to A tier. He's like border though. Only because he's not good at opening hatches, whereas Ace could safely open hatches. Montaigne is annoying as shit, but he's S tier right now. Monty is completely and totally and utterly broken. Any team that plays like remotely decently with Montaigne is gonna probably win the round. Anytime that Montaigne gets up to you in a 1v1, you're probably gonna die to him, more than likely. His melee overrides any other melee. You can't even melee him anymore. It's stupid, it's dumb. Please nerf this operator. Please, please, please. He's my permanent ban unless I'm playing cheaters. Twitch. We'll go with like, I'd say like a B tier as well. Like, can get gadgets off, pop mirrors, good information. But like, there's probably better operators to take most of the time, but definitely like a viable choice in a lot of situations. Doc is S tier. There's basically no situation in which Doc is bad. He's a good anchor. He has barbed wire, shotgun, pistol, MP5, and he can heal and pick up himself or teammates. Like, it's super good. There's no situation in which Doc is ever bad to pick, unless you're running some crazy heavy specialized utility strat. He's basically picked every game of ranked, at least when I play, almost. Rook, I would say, is like almost the same category, but he's just really outclassed. I hate to say it, I love Rook, but he's outclassed in every way by Doc. He doesn't have a shotgun pistol. Picking yourself up is, you know, all of your teammates can pick themselves up too, and it gives them extra health, but Doc's just better most of the time. The only time that Rook would be better is if you want to drop armor and you're like pretty certain you're gonna die spawn peeking. I would probably put Jaeger into like the A tier along with Wamai. When you need him, he's super useful. And I still like his gun. I think it's decent. Bandit, I play a shit ton of Bandit. I'm gonna put him in like very strong like A tier as well, I think. He's not quite S because there's certain like walls and stuff like that where it's like you don't really want to like bandit trick them. But he has C4, he has a really good gun. I mean, I love Bandit, but he's A tier. And sometimes you don't want to like, you know, bandit the walls, you want to mute him instead or whatever. Blitz, I'm gonna put at like a really solid like A tier, probably bordering on S. I mean, if you're playing with the team correctly, rushing correctly, he could definitely be S. He's super annoying. Please nerf him. Very frustrating operator to play against. IQ will be probably like a good, probably like a B tier, I guess. Like very viable to take, good guns, nades. Fuse is gonna be in the same category as like Ram. Great gun, ability's great. If they're below, could be super powerful. You could open up all the floors. You could blow up bulletproof utility blow. Like, well, Ram just opens the floors. Fuse could destroy what's below. He's like, he could be pretty much B tier, I guess. I'll probably like B tier because Ram's like, I would say a little better in most situations, but he's like a good choice too. Tachanka, I'm gonna do the hottish take on this one. I'm gonna put him at like a good B. He's above Smoke in my opinion. He has like an ACOG, dude, on you know, and he's got the launcher. He's got a secondary machine pistol. He is like the big LMG, which two shots people. I don't know why people just don't really play him very much, but he's actually stupid good. Like every time I play him, I'm like, why don't I play this operator more? Like, what am I doing with my life? I think Capcan is like a good. Oh, he's like super strong A tier. He could be S tier. The only thing that's annoying about Capcan, I'm not honestly. Yeah, I'm putting him at S tier. The only downside of Capcan, he does have one downside. His downside is that if Brava hacks it and you run into it, it's pretty fucking annoying, but. Glaz. Where do I put Glaz? Probably like, I'd probably put him at like a B tier as well. Like if you're Mav glazzing the wall, he's good. He does have stupid high fragging ability because he has the rifle, which is super powerful. It shoots really fast. And then he also has the SMG too. He could be like a C though. I don't know. I'm gonna put him at B for now. I actually love playing Glaz. Sense! Only D tier operator. Good gun. Good Glaz plant, I guess, and stuff. And kind of about it. I just need an operator to put into D tier, and I can't really think of where else to put Sense. Like, not necessarily the worst, but like, the gun is great. Nades are great. The ability is like, okay. It's just, I don't know. The recruits, defense recruit, attack recruit. I feel like the attack recruit is better. I would put attack recruit at like B tier, and the defense recruit at C tier. And the reason I do that is there's just like better options on defense, right? You know, oftentimes like defensive utility, there's just better operators to take. But on attack, you could like open your own hatches and stuff like that, which is like kind of nice. You know, and you get good guns on both, I guess, which is, you know, a plus side. Tub, where's Tub going? I'd put Tub at like a B tier. Super solid choice to pick. Great DMR, it's insane. Obviously C4, but like there's always a lot of weird situations which are kind of annoying with Tub, where I'm like throwing a C4 and it like lands in Tub's range and stuff like that. And sometimes like the interactions are kind of strange, or if you don't have somebody like actively tricking and stuff like that, you know, it can be kind of annoying, you know. I got him backwards. All right, well then we'll do this. You know what I mean. Okay. Thorn, she's like kind of a C tier. I mean, no one's really dying to Thorn traps, but her guns are pretty good. People do die occasionally. Barb, I mean, I'd probably move like Ella into this tier actually too. Sorry, I'm moving her. Like same tier, I guess, but non-lethal. I would actually say you could capitalize off Ella a lot better, generally speaking. Solus now, I'm gonna put it like a C tier. The ability got nerfed like super hard. You get a P90, which is okay, I guess. I don't know, just C. I don't like Solus. I'm not a fan. I'm actually happy with where Solus is because it's just annoying to deal with. And last and final operator, Scopos, the new op this season. I'm honestly gonna put Scopos. I'm gonna put Scopos at fucking S tier for now. And I'll explain. You basically have 2 lives, right? If you use it like properly, and you can teleport out of like tricky situations. So you have 2 shells, right? 2 robots. Okay. You could put one on one side of the map, one on the other side of the map. You could teleport back and forth. I mean, there was a clip. I don't know if you guys saw it. I put it on like my TikTok and Instagram. I have a plan. Hold up, check this out. So I impact above, and I teleport away, and I use the holes that I just made 2 floors above to watch the window. Will it work? It does! Yo, that's actually so sick, dude. There's so many unique things that you could do with Scopus. It's insane. The gun is also busted. It's probably like one of the best guns in the game right now, at least on defense. It's one of the best guns. It's crazy. That gun is 0 recoil. It's insane. She's the one operator where she's pretty much always useful right now. You could always use an extra cam. The gun's good fragging ability. I don't know, the amount of things that you could do with that operator are like super crazy. I think she has insane potential. I would maybe, you know, put her at A tier or something like that, potentially, but I can't think of a site in which she would be bad. And once again, this is for ranked too, like for high elo ranked where I play on PC. Bam, that's the final list right there. Hope you guys liked it. If you disagree, don't agree, tell me why I'm wrong, I guess. Tell me why I'm wrong, or what you think where you think other operators should be. But you better give me a reason too. Okay, you better give me a reason. This is just my opinion. Okay, don't just say whatever. Fuck should be S. Give me some reasoning. Okay.